I am with you now, child of my heart. I have seen every tear you cried in silence, every time your chest felt heavy for reasons you could not explain, every night when memories of someone you loved and lost came back like a wave you thought you had already survived. I have been there in the room with you, even when you felt completely alone. This message is for you, and I am not letting you skip it, because there are things your soul has needed to hear for a long time. Archangel Michael says, you have been warned. Not warned to be afraid, but warned to pay attention. There is something important your heart has been ignoring, something your mind pushes away because it hurts too much to face. Someone in your family, who has already passed away, rests in my presence now, in a place where there is no pain, no regret, no fear. I know the things that were left unsaid between you. I know the weight you still carry. I know the questions that still echo inside you at night. And I am touching those places right now. Listen carefully. You are not reading these words by accident. You did not arrive here by chance. I have been drawing you to this moment because there are burdens I no longer want you to carry. There are chains I no longer want wrapped around your heart. There are generational wounds I no longer want to see repeated in your life. You have been through enough. You have endured enough. And today, I am beginning a process of healing inside you that you may not fully understand yet, but you will feel. There is something this loved one would want you to know, and I, your God, know the deepest truth of their heart. Hear this: if they stood in front of you now, with their soul free from whatever confusion, anger, or suffering they had on earth, they would not want you to live in guilt, in regret, or in endless replaying of the past. They would not want you to keep punishing yourself for moments you were weak, busy, distracted, or unaware. They would not want your future to be imprisoned by one moment in your past. They would long for your peace, your joy, your freedom. Your healing. You have been holding a picture of them in your mind, but often that picture is frozen at the most painful moments. The last argument. The last silence. The last hospital room. The last phone call that never happened. The last day you shared, not knowing it was the last. Your memory returns again and again to those scenes, and each time, your heart feels a stab of I should have and why didn't I and if only. My child, you have suffered with these words for a long time. Today I am reaching into those memories and gently laying my hand there. You do not have to keep saying, I failed. You do not have to keep saying, I was not enough. You do not have to keep saying, if I had done more, they would still be here. You are not God. You were never meant to carry that kind of responsibility. Life and death are not in your hands. You loved in the way you knew how at that time, with the understanding you had, with the strength you had. I saw your heart even when you felt you were doing nothing. I saw your love even when you were too tired to express it perfectly. I saw every small act, the messages, the calls, the thoughts, the prayers, the concern you carried quietly. Archangel Michael stands beside you in this moment and says, "Do not treat yourself as the villain of your own story. You have punished yourself enough. You have replayed the same movie in your mind, always making yourself the one at fault. But I, the Lord, have seen the whole story, from the beginning to the end. I know the pressures, the distractions, the battles, the confusion, the fears, and the burdens that were crushing you. I know what they were going through too, their fears, their unspoken pain, their struggles that they did not know how to show you. Nothing is hidden from me. That family member you loved, the one whose absence still trembles through your life, is not in the place of accusation. In my presence, there is no more blame, no more grudges, no more bitterness. There is only truth, clarity, and love. The misunderstandings that clouded your relationship on earth do not rule over them anymore. In my light, they see differently. They see more fully. And if you could see what they now understand, you would stop torturing yourself for not being perfect. Listen closely. They do not stand before me saying, "Look how they failed me." They stand in a light where they can finally see how much you tried, how much you carried, how confused and overwhelmed you were, how you didn't know what the future held. You are not the monster your guilt describes. You are my child, still learning, still growing, still healing. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to gently, firmly, clearly tell you this: let go of the idea that your love came too late. Let go of the belief that one different decision would have changed everything. Let go of the heavy cloak of shame that has wrapped itself around your soul and whispered, "You failed them." I, your God, do not speak those words over you. The voice that repeatedly tells you that you are a failure is not my voice. My voice challenges you to grow, but it never crushes your spirit. My correction brings hope, not despair. My truth sets you free, it does not chain you to the past. There are things this loved one never had the courage or opportunity to say. There were words lodged in their throat, pride blocking them, fear silencing them, confusion blinding them. There may have been tension, distance, or unresolved conflict. There may have been moments you did not understand their behavior, their choices, their silence. But here is what I want you to know: deep beneath all of that, their soul was more fragile than you realized. They were carrying battles you could not see. They were being crushed by thoughts they never expressed. They were trying, in their own limited way, to love, to survive, to protect, to hide their pain. If you could hear through my heart what they would want to say now, you would feel a hand reaching out, not to pull you into guilt, but to pull you out of it. A hand reaching out to say, "Please stop blaming yourself. Please stop thinking you were not enough. Please stop living as if my story ended because you failed me. My story ended on earth because it was time. It was not your decision, not your fault, not your punishment. My child, there is a reason this theme keeps coming back into your life. There is a reason you feel a strange pull whenever you see or hear messages about someone in your family who has passed away. There is unfinished grief inside you. There is a locked room in your heart that you visit when no one is watching, where memories and tears mingle. You wipe your face, straighten your back, and continue with your day, but inside that room, time has been standing still. Today, I am gently opening that room, not to flood you with uncontrollable pain, but to air it out, to let my light in, to remove what has been decaying and to heal what has been wounded. You have been warned, not in a fearful way, but in a loving way, that you cannot keep living with your heart buried in regrets. You cannot move into the future I have for you while dragging this invisible weight behind you. You cannot fully receive the blessings I am preparing if you are secretly convinced that you do not deserve them because of how things ended with someone you loved. My child, I want you to understand this clearly. Your worth in my eyes is not determined by the most painful chapter of your story. Your identity is not defined by your worst memory. I have watched you carry your grief like a hidden stone in your chest. You laugh, but the stone is there. You work, but the stone is there. You talk to others, but the stone is there. You listen to music, watch videos, scroll through your phone, and sometimes you feel something tightening inside as if that stone is pressing harder. You distract yourself, but still, the stone remains. Today, I place my hands around that stone and speak. It is time to soften, time to release, time to heal. This loved one's message, as I know it and as I share it with you, is a message of release. Release the guilt. Release the anger. Release the confusion. Release the what-ifs and if-onlys. Release the way you keep punishing yourself for not noticing every sign, not asking every question, not being present every moment. You are human. You had your own battles at that time. You did the best with what you knew and what you had. Instead of replaying the story of your supposed failure, begin to remember the moments of love, the laughter, the connection, the ordinary days that now feel golden in your memory. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian at the doorway of your heart, saying, "Pay attention." When I tell you that someone who passed away wants you to understand something, it is not to trap you in endless obsession about the unseen. It is to direct you to the one truth that sets you free. You are loved, forgiven, and understood in ways that go beyond earth. You are invited to live, not just exist under the weight of sorrow. There is a way that grief tries to trick you into thinking that if you let go of the pain, you are letting go of the person. You fear that if you allow yourself to be truly happy, to move ahead, to dream again, you are betraying their memory. But that is not how love works in my kingdom. True love is not honored by you staying broken forever. True love is honored by you living fully, shining, growing, and becoming everything I created you to be. The loved one whose absence you feel so deeply would not want you trapped in a life of half-light and constant ache. They would want you to heal. You have been avoiding certain thoughts, certain memories, certain places, because they stir something raw inside you. But my presence can go wherever your pain is. There is no memory too heavy for me to enter. When the tears start to rise, you often push them down, telling yourself, "Not now, not here." But I am telling you, when those tears come, they are not your enemy. They are your heart's way of saying, "I need to be heard. I need to be held." And I am here to hold you in that exact moment, even if no one else sees. There is another layer to this message, and you must not skip it. There are patterns in your family line, cycles of silence, misunderstandings, unspoken feelings, unresolved conflicts, that have caused deep pain across generations. You have seen this, people who love each other but don't say it. People who are hurting but pretend they are fine, people who carry secrets that damage those who come after them. You have felt this confusion and turmoil in your own life. And now I am raising you as a chain breaker. You are not repeating this pattern by accident. You are confronting it. You are feeling the weight of it because I intend to use you to end certain cycles. This is why your sensitivity is so strong. This is why certain things break your heart so deeply. This is why you cannot just close your eyes and ignore it like others seem to do. You were not born to continue the silence. You were born to open your mouth and speak truth, to express love, to apologize when needed, to forgive where it seems impossible, to choose a different way. The loved one who is gone carried their own burden within this family pattern. They, too, were damaged by things that happened to them. They, too, were shaped by what they did not receive, by what they never heard, by what no one explained to them. You are not the only one who was hurting. And when you understand this, your heart can begin to move from blame to compassion, not excusing what was wrong, but seeing the brokenness behind it. If someone in your past harmed you, neglected you, misunderstood you, or blamed you, I see that pain. I do not erase it or pretend it was nothing. But I also see the wounded child they once were. The fears and traumas they never confronted, the love they did not know how to express. From my perspective, you are all souls tangled in pain, reaching out clumsily for love. When you see this, forgiveness becomes a door, not a denial, an opening for you to live without dragging chains from what others did. Hear me, forgiveness is not saying, "It didn't matter." It is saying, "I will not let this control my life anymore." Forgiveness does not mean you were not hurt. It means you are choosing healing over endless bleeding. Forgiveness does not mean they were right. It means you are refusing to let that wrong define who you are. You are not what they said about you when they were angry, disappointed, or afraid. You are who I say you are, loved, chosen, precious, capable of transformation. The message your heart needs today is simple but deep: live. Live fully. Live without constantly dragging your mind back to a scene you cannot change. Live without repeatedly whispering harsh verdicts over yourself in the courtroom of your own thoughts. The one who is gone is in my hands now. They are surrounded by a love you cannot yet comprehend. Their journey on earth is finished, yours is not. Do not join them in the grave while you are still alive. Do not bury your own hopes, dreams, calling, and joy alongside their body. You are still here for a reason, Archangel Michael. My warrior of light fights for you in realms you do not see. He battles against the voices, influences, and lies that try to drown out my truth in your mind. When you feel a sudden surge of strength to keep going, when you feel a sudden clarity that cuts through confusion, when you feel a sense of protection you cannot explain, know that you are not alone. You are defended, upheld, surrounded. Today, I want you to make an inner decision, to open up the room of grief and let me in. You do not have to do anything dramatic on the outside. No one needs to see. But in your heart, you can say, God, I am tired of carrying this alone. I am tired of blaming myself. I am tired of replaying the past. I give you my guilt, my regret, my anger, my confusion. I give you the parts of my heart that broke when they left. I give you the words I never got to say and the apologies I never received. Help me heal. As you take this step, even silently, something begins to shift. The chains do not always fall off in one moment, but the lock is broken. The process begins. Every time you feel yourself slipping back into the old cycle, blaming yourself, tearing yourself down, treating yourself as unworthy, you can come back to this moment and remember, God has spoken a different word over my life. God has called me out of the prison of regret. God has reminded me that the one I lost is not accusing me in his presence. You cannot change the ending of their earthly story, but you can change the way you carry it. Instead of remembering only the pain, begin to remember the lessons, the love, the strength, the ways they shaped you. Let their memory become motivation for you to become more honest, more loving, more present with the people who are still here. Instead of saying, I lost them and now everything is dark, begin to say, I honor them by how I live now. There is also a message in this for how you treat yourself today. You are often harsh with yourself. You speak to yourself in ways you would never speak to someone you love. You punish yourself for every mistake, magnify every flaw, and play down every good thing you do. But I want you to see yourself through my eyes. I see your efforts. I see your heart. I see the love behind your imperfect words and actions. I see how much you are trying, even when you feel like you are failing. The enemy of your soul tries to use tragedy and loss to write a permanent label on you: unworthy, cursed, forgotten, unlucky, unloved. But my child, those labels are lies. The pain you have experienced is not proof that you are abandoned, it is proof that you live in a broken world. I do not stand far away watching you struggle. I have been with you in every moment, closer than your own breath, even when you felt nothing, even when you were angry at me, even when you did not understand why things happened the way they did. You have asked questions inside yourself that you barely express. Why did you let this happen? Why so soon? Why in this way? I hear those questions. I do not despise them. I understand the cry beneath them: God, do you care? Do you see me? And my answer is yes. I care more than you know. I see more than you can imagine. There are mysteries you cannot unravel from where you stand, but I am not asking you to pretend you understand everything. I am inviting you to trust that I can bring meaning, healing, and beauty even from what was meant to break you forever. There is more I want to build in you: more peace, more strength, more wisdom, more compassion, more courage. This pain you carry, I am shaping into empathy for others. You will understand cries that others do not hear. You will notice small signs that someone is not okay, because you know what it is to suffer silently. You will be able to say to others, "You are not alone," and your words will carry power because you speak from a place of survival, not theory. Your scars will testify of my faithfulness. Do not skip this. You are being prepared for more. You are not being buried, you are being planted. Seeds go into the dark, covered with soil, and for a time nothing seems to be happening. But inside, a breaking is taking place, and then new life pushes through. You have been in a long season of hidden breaking. You feel like too much has been taken from you. But I am bringing you into a season where you begin to see new leaves, new opportunities, new connections, new strength, new joy slowly breaking through the soil of your life. The memory of the one you lost will not disappear. I am not asking you to erase them. I am asking you to allow that memory to sit in my hands, instead of gripping it in your own. In my hands, there is peace. In my hands, there is understanding beyond words. In my hands, there is a love that holds both you and them at the same time, across time and space. Nothing, not even death, can separate those I hold in my love. Let this be the moment where you stop running from the ache and instead bring it to me. Whenever you feel that tightness in your chest, that burning in your throat, that sting behind your eyes, whisper in your heart, "God, I bring this to you." You do not have to be strong all the time. You are allowed to be broken in my presence, because I am the one who binds up the broken-hearted. you have been warned, not to fear, but to awaken. To awaken to the truth that clinging to guilt will not bring anyone back. To awaken to the truth that punishing yourself will not heal your heart. To awaken to the truth that you are still needed here, still called, still loved, still capable of great things. To awaken to the truth that the one you loved is not your judge. They are in a place where they see my love more clearly than ever. My child, I am pouring a gentle strength into you now. You do not have to feel it all at once. Healing can be quiet, gradual, like the way dawn arrives, first a dim light, then colors slowly spreading across the sky. But it is coming. You will look back one day and see that the weight you carry now is lighter, that your tears have become softer, that your memories hurt less and bless more. For now, receive this: you are forgiven where you feel you failed. You are understood where you feel misunderstood. You are loved where you feel unlovable. You are held where you feel like you are falling. You are seen where you feel invisible. I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. I am walking with you through this valley, and I will not leave you halfway. I will bring you through. This message is for you. Do not treat it as a small thing. Let it sink into the deepest parts of your heart. Let it rewrite the story you have been telling yourself about what happened, who you are, and what your future can be. The past is real, but it is not the end. Loss is real, but it is not the final word. I am the one who brings life from ashes, joy from mourning, and dancing from the heaviness that has followed you. You are mine. You have always been mine. And I am not finished with you, my beloved child. I am speaking to you now in a way your heart can understand. As you read these words, let everything around you become quiet, because I am using this moment to reach into the deep place where your pain, your memories, and your secret fears are hiding. Do not be afraid. I know what you have been through. I know who you have lost. I know the part of you that still feels unfinished, like something important was left unsaid. I have seen your tears in the night, the questions you never told anyone, and the way your heart tightens whenever you remember the face of the one who is no longer with you. Archangel Michael says, you have been warned, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Someone in your family who has already passed away wants to tell you something, and I am allowing this message to reach your heart in a way that brings healing, not confusion. They are not lost, and neither are you. I have their soul in my hands. I have your soul in my hands. There is no distance in my presence. There is no separation in my eternity. What feels like an ending to you is not an ending to me. It is a doorway you cannot see yet, but I see it fully. My child, listen carefully and do not try to skip this, because there are things your spirit has needed to hear for a long time. You keep walking with a hidden weight on your chest. You smile for others, you pretend to be strong, but deep inside there is a room that you never open. It is the room where you keep the memories, the regrets, the if only. And the why did it have to happen this way? You think that if you open that room, you will break. But I am with you even in that room. I am not afraid of your tears. I am not offended by your questions. I am not shocked by your anger. I am your God, and I understand the language of a broken heart. The one from your family who has already passed away is not angry with you. Hear this very clearly: they are not blaming you, they are not cursing you, they are not disappointed in you. You have carried the secret fear that you could have done more, that you could have said more, that you should have been different. You replay moments, conversations, decisions. You ask yourself, if I had done this instead, would they still be here? My child, this chain of regret has wrapped itself around your soul. And it is time for it to break. I am the one who gives life, and I am the one who receives life back. What happened is not because I hated you or abandoned you. There are mysteries you will not fully understand on this side, but I am not cruel, and I have not forgotten you. There is something this departed soul, this beloved family member, wants your heart to know, and I am allowing a message of peace to reach you. It is not a voice from the grave to haunt you. It is not a dark spirit to deceive you. It is my mercy, translated into the language of your love for them. Hear it as if it is being whispered to the most wounded place inside you: I am at peace. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the blame. I do not want you to live the rest of your life punishing yourself for what you could not control. I do not want you to stay stuck in the last day, the last argument, the last moment. I want you to live. I want you to breathe. I want you to smile again without feeling guilty. My child, you have been warned not because destruction is chasing you, but because despair is trying to steal you away from your own life. Archangel Michael has been standing guard over you when you felt like giving up, when thoughts passed through your mind that you never dared to speak aloud. There were moments when you did not see a reason to continue. You thought, everything good is gone. The people I love the most are either far away or in another world. What is the point of me? In those moments, it was my hand that held you, even when you did not recognize it. It was my angel who pushed back the darkness, even when you thought no one cared. Open your heart quickly. Do not skip this part, because here is the truth you have been needing: your story did not end the day they died. Your destiny did not disappear when theirs was completed. Their chapter closed, but your chapter is still being written. I did not allow you to remain on this earth without purpose. You are still here because there is something sacred that only you can carry, something only you can release, something only you can become. The love you shared with them was not buried. It was planted. In me, love never dies. It transforms. It becomes a seed of compassion, a seed of wisdom, a seed of strength for others. You think sometimes, if they were here, they would be proud of me, or, if they were here, they would scold me, or, if they were here, they would tell me what to do. You feel confused without their presence. But I want you to understand that I am here, and I am more present than they ever could be in the flesh. They are safe in my presence, and from that place of peace they do not want you to be chained to the past. They want you to forgive yourself, forgive others, and even forgive me for what you don't understand yet. They want you to live a life that honors the love you shared. Not a life that is shackled to the moment of their departure. I know there are details of their passing that still disturb you. Maybe it was sudden, maybe it was slow. Maybe you were there, maybe you were far away. Maybe there were words left unsaid, apologies never spoken, problems unsolved, questions unanswered. You keep touching those memories like a sore wound, then pulling back because it hurts. But today I am touching that wound with my own hand, not to reopen it, but to heal it from the inside. When I heal, I do not erase the memory, I remove the poison inside the memory. I do not erase the face, I erase the sting that crushes your soul every time you remember. You have been warned. My child, because there is something dangerous that has been trying to grow in your heart, bitterness. If you are not careful, your pain can dry into bitterness like mud drying into rock. Bitterness can harden your heart until you cannot feel me, cannot feel others, cannot feel joy. It can make you cold, suspicious, distant, unable to trust anyone. It can whisper to you that everyone will eventually leave you or hurt you, so you should close off and never love deeply again. But this is not what I want for you, and it is not what the one you lost wants for you. They do not want their memory to become the seed of your bitterness. They want their memory to become the spark of your kindness. Listen, my beloved, there are people still alive who need the part of you that was shaped by that relationship, by that bond, by that loss. There are those whose hearts are breaking in silence, and your story will one day be the gentle hand that helps them rise. In time, I will give you opportunities to comfort others with the comfort I am giving to you now. You will speak, you will share, you will simply be present, and your presence will carry a strange, deep peace. People will not fully understand why they feel safe around you when they are hurting, but it will be because you have walked through the valley of loss, and you found me there. But before I use you to heal others, I must heal you. That is why I say, open this quickly, don't try to skip. You have skipped your own heart too many times. You have run away from your own feelings, distracted yourself with noise, buried yourself in responsibilities, or escaped into fantasies that never truly satisfied you. You give pieces of yourself to everybody and everything, but you rarely bring your whole self to me and say, "Here I am. This is all of me, even the ugly parts." My child, I am not afraid of your broken pieces. In my hands, broken pieces become a beautiful design. The one you lost wants you to know, I see more clearly now than I ever did on earth. I understand things I could not understand before. I see how God held us, even when we were struggling. I see how He was there even when we thought we were alone. I do not want you to be angry with Him. I do not want you to let this loss become the excuse to shut your heart away from Him. I want you to run towards Him, because in Him you will find the part of me that you think is gone forever, but is actually kept safe in His light. My child, this is not a call for you to chase the dead or to seek secret messages from spirits. I am not leading you into dark paths. I am leading you into peace. I am not asking you to live in the cemetery of your past, I am calling you into the garden of your future. The warning is this: do not let your grief turn into chains. Do not let your sorrow turn into a prison. Let it become a river that waters compassion, a fire that burns away superficial things, a wind that pushes you into the purpose I have prepared for you. I know there were moments of conflict, misunderstandings, or mistakes in that relationship. Maybe there were harsh words, broken promises, or long distances of silence. You torment yourself with those details and wonder what they think of you now. Hear this, my child: where they are in my presence, they are not clinging to resentment. In my light, souls see differently. They see through the lens of truth and love. They see your heart more clearly than your actions. They see how much you cared, even when you did not know how to show it perfectly. They see your efforts, your sacrifices, your intentions. They are not holding court against you. They are not your judge. I am your judge, but I judge with perfect understanding and perfect mercy. Archangel Michael has been assigned to stand near you in seasons when your heart was most fragile. There were days when a whisper of hopelessness almost convinced you to stop caring, to stop trying, to stop living with passion. There were hours when the darkness felt heavier than your strength. In those moments, my angel stood against the shadows, against the lies, against the unseen forces that wanted to twist your grief into something destructive. You did not see the battles that were fought over your soul, but they were real. You are still here because I decided you would not be swallowed by the darkness. You are still here because there is more light written into your destiny. Do not try to skip this. You must release the words you never said. There were things you wanted to tell them. There were apologies you wanted to offer. There were thanks you wanted to express. There was love you wanted to show in a better way. My child, you can still speak those words before me. I hear every whisper of your heart. When you pour out your unsaid words before me, I take them like precious letters and fold them into my eternal plan. Nothing spoken in love is wasted in my presence. Speak to me about them. Tell me what you wish you had said. Cry if you must. Let your tears be your prayer. I am listening, and I want you to listen in return, deep inside your spirit, beyond the noise and beyond the fear. You will sense a gentle echo, not in your ears but in your heart. I forgive you. I love you. I don't want you to punish yourself anymore. Please, for me, walk forward. Become the version of yourself that we never had time to see. Don't let my departure be the reason you shrink, hide, or give up. Let it be the reason you become braver, kinder, more alive. My beloved, I am not just healing your memories, I am also protecting your future. Because of your pain, you have been vulnerable to people who do not truly care for you. You have searched for comfort in wrong arms, wrong places, wrong habits, and wrong promises. Some people saw your brokenness and tried to use it against you. Some tried to replace the love you lost with counterfeit love, shallow and selfish. I have watched, and I have intervened more times than you know. When certain relationships fell apart, you thought it was rejection, but it was my protection. I will not allow everyone to walk into the sacred space of your heart. I am guarding it, even when you do not guard it yourself. You have been warned, not just about the danger of despair, but about the danger of giving your heart to those who only come to take, never to give. The one you lost would not want you to be mistreated, manipulated, or used. They cared about your happiness, your dignity, your well-being. In my presence, they see the traps you cannot see. Trust me when I remove certain people from your life. Trust me when I close certain doors. Trust me when I make it uncomfortable for you to stay in places that are slowly killing your soul. Every closed door is not punishment, sometimes it is rescue. I am sending new comfort into your life, but it will not always look supernatural or dramatic. Sometimes my comfort will come through a friend, a message, a song, a quiet walk, a moment of unexpected peace. Sometimes you will laugh again and suddenly feel guilty for laughing, as if your joy is a betrayal of the one you lost. My child, hear me, healing is not betrayal. Joy is not disrespect. Laughter is not forgetting. When you allow yourself to live fully again, you are not dishonoring their memory, you are honoring the love they had for you. They never wanted you to be permanently broken. This message is a turning point for you if you accept it. Today I stretch out my hand, not to drag you by force, but to invite you to stand up with me. You will still remember. You will still miss them. There will still be days when the ache appears out of nowhere. But slowly, like a wound that finally closes, you will notice that you can speak about them without collapsing inside. You will find that your memories bring more warmth than pain. You will look back and see not just the day they left, but the many days you shared. The laughter, the stories, the lessons, the love. I will teach you to thank me for the time you had, instead of only asking why you didn't have more. Archangel Michael stands by as I place a new strength in you today. It is not a hard strength that makes you cold. It is a gentle strength that makes you unbreakable, even when you are soft. You will not be crushed by this grief. You will walk with it, but it will not dominate you. You will carry their memory, but it will not chain you. You will honor their life by choosing to live yours with intention, with courage, with faith. You will choose to believe that I am still writing beautiful things into your future, even if you cannot see the full page yet. Do not try to skip what I am about to say now, because it is one of the most important things. You are not alone. Not in your room, not in your bed, not in your silent thoughts, not in the moments you feel no one understands. I am with you in a way no human can be. I am closer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat. I am not far away in the clouds, indifferent to your pain. I am the God who weeps with you, the God who walks with you, the God who carries you when your legs shake. I have walked into your grief to walk you out of it. Step by step, take this as a sign of my love. Even now, as you read, I am touching memories, loosening knots, washing shame, calming fear. You may feel tears, you may feel warmth, you may feel nothing at all, but my work in you is not measured by your feelings. My work in you is faithful, steady, and deep. In the days ahead, you will begin to notice small changes inside you. A little more peace. A little more courage. A little more hope. That is me. That is my hand. The one you lost is safe. Believe this. Repeat it when the ache comes. They are safe with God. I am safe with God. Let this be the bridge between your past and your future. You do not have to understand everything to trust me. You do not have to stop missing them to begin living more fully. You do not have to erase their memory to allow new joy into your life. I am big enough to hold both your love for them and my plans for you. You have been warned, my child, not to frighten you, but to save you from the slow death of a heart that refuses to heal. Do not let despair steal the years I am giving you. Do not let guilt write the rest of your story. Do not let bitterness be the legacy of the love you once shared. Let love be the legacy. Let healing be the testimony. Let hope be the proof that I have been with you all along. Now, take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart. Whisper quietly, I release what I cannot change. I trust God with what I don't understand. I choose life. I choose healing. As you do this, know that I am listening. Heaven is not far from you. The one you miss is not angry with you. I am not angry with you. I love you with a love that does not end. Walk forward with me from this moment. I will go with you into every memory, every tomorrow, every unknown path. You are not walking alone. You have been warned, you have been loved, and now you are being led.